Tonight I'd like to talk about reconnecting with intention. And it's really interesting when I start to think about a topic talk and look at it over a period of days and weeks. It's interesting what different perspectives arise. So we can look at intention as a future-focused activity and one around our day-to-day as well. So it can be around our goals, actions, purpose. Intention gets interchanged a lot with many different words. But quite often, it's more of a future focus, thinking about how things will be, what's our purpose, what's the action that's required to achieve a certain goal. And I noticed that for myself just the other day. It's been pretty good weather here in Byron. I thought, I'll go for a swim before the weather starts to get a bit chilly. So the intention was to go for a swim. Walking down to the beach, people coming back from the beach, wet hair, and they were just drenched with some sort of beach happiness. They're all greeting each other, and it was really beautiful. There was a real sense of connection and kindness as people passed by. I thought, that's interesting. I just had the intention to go for a swim, but I guess on many different levels I had other, more unconscious intention to connect with nature, to be in nature, to take care of myself, and obviously to connect with others. So Buddhist psychology says that before every act there is an intention. Although the intention is often unconscious. So before every act there's an intention, but quite often we're not conscious of it. And often, many times throughout our day, our week, we can find that our intention can be fear-based. We're reacting, responding in a way when our needs aren't being met. And when we're doing this as well, our underlying intention to get our needs met, we're focusing more on ourself. It's more self-focused. Rather than that intention to deeply connect or connect with others. So here, there's that I focus, the my focus, the mine, the me focus, the me intention. But if we can understand that all of this belongs, that all of this intention to get our needs met, that this is also welcome. And rather than pushing it away or grasping for more, that if we can allow it and just acknowledge that this is part of our human condition, that sometimes we do react because our underlying intention, the fears, the uncertainties that we're all holding, we're trying to meet them. There's a Chinese Buddhist text that describes the seeds that we plant each day. So from the intention springs the deed. From the deed, the action. From the deed springs the habits. From the habits grow the character. From the character develops our destiny. So this intention, mostly unconscious, subconscious, it's happening all the time. And it's creating our destiny. So what if we were able to reconnect with our intention? Reconnect with our intention, not so much on this day-to-day basis, not so much on this unmet needs, fear-driven perspective, but from our highest intention. Our highest intention. Reconnecting with what truly matters. And when we bring our deepest and highest intention to our daily living, we can touch into and have more wholesome, more wise, we can plant these more wholesome and wise seeds that become our destiny. And the beautiful mantra that we sung together at the start, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all my thoughts, all my words, all my actions contribute in some way to the happiness of all beings, and that includes ourselves. Higher intention. So when we connect into our highest intention, we're not acting from fear-based, from a disconnected, uncertain perspective. We're really touching into what matters, what is truly important. So that we don't need to be seduced by thought, by power, ego, or bias, the bias that we see so often in our society. Because these are all the things that disconnect us from our highest intention. They disconnect us from each other. They separate us. It's mine. It's me, my, I. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj was an Indian guru of non-dualism, this non-separation, non-dualism. And he was most famous for the publication in 1973 of I Am That. You might have heard of it. And he says, it is always the false that makes you suffer. The false desires and fears. The false values and ideas. The false relationships between people. Abandon the false. and you are free of pain. Truth makes happy. Truth liberates. Very beautiful. Let go of the false. Let go of what separates us from our highest intention, our true beauty, our true authenticity. And connect more into our highest ideal, so that it can shape the way that we live. It can shape the way that we live, and not just the simple intention of going to the beach and coming back, when in actual fact my highest intention was to connect to deep within, through the nature, through taking that time, that stillness, to touch into the water, to connect with my own body, my own heart and mind, chitta. So this power of intention, it's a power to guide our lives. It's a power to create. Tara Brach, my teacher, she's also a modern day American Buddhist teacher, says, the central commitment of our lives is to be led by our deepest wisdom, to be in relation with that, to be led by our deepest wisdom and to be in relation with that. So what if we could think beyond, we could understand that beyond these, the subconscious intention that we have, just going throughout our day, doing daily activities, to starting to touch into our highest intention, what really matters? And still we're looking forward, aren't we? What really matters? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? It's more future focused. What if we could have that right here, right now, in this moment? That it wasn't necessarily a future focused, it was a now focus. What if our natural and highest state of being, we could bring our attention to it right now, in every moment, not just something we're striving for, thinking about someday in the future. Imagine if we could touch into it now. Eckhart Tolle talks about this. Awakening intention, he says, places in it the future, not the now. He says, use intention in this moment. In the moment, intend to be awake. In the moment, intend to be awake. How powerful is that? We don't need to be thinking about intention far off. We can have an intention to be awake right here, right now. We can touch into that at any time. And we can do that by embodying our intention, moment to moment, whatever's arising and passing away. And maybe some of you touched into it during your meditation practice today. And when we have this intention, this highest intention, to embody it now, it so beautifully guides our thoughts, our words, our actions. This conscious commitment to walk your own path, to be one with your intention. When we're doing that, it offers us clear seeing. We have the clarity to truly see. And we can begin to see and wake up to the truth. And we wake up, begin to wake up more to the truth. We can begin to see the reality of the situation. We can begin to see the suffering. And we can begin to make wise, wholesome choices in line with our highest purpose for right here, right now, in every moment. And with embodying this intention, it brings both mindfulness and compassion together. Mindfulness and compassion. And when we're creating an intention, this highest intention to be awake right now, we do need to embody it. We do need to get a felt sense. And we do need to know that it can be in this moment. I'd like to close with a beautiful poem. Just offer you a couple of breaths just to sit with what might be arising for you before I share that. What might be arising around connecting in to your highest intention, to what can awaken you right now. This poem by Martha Postlethwaite is called Clearing. And Martha has spent her professional life listening to and sharing stories. It's a beautiful intention in itself. She says, this is the poem. Do not try to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life. And wait there patiently. Until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worth of rescue. Let's take a moment here before we close, to create a small clearing in the dense forest of your life, to ponder your intention. What is your deepest intention? Can you feel it in your body? Sense it in your being. Can you sense it in this moment? Thank you all for your very kind and generous attention.